a rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beautiful.
I wanted to give like a brief synopsis of like what I'm about, who I am, what am I doing all this for. My very first goal that I was striving for in my spiritual awakening was to be a better mom. The next thing I was striving for was to prove myself in a corporate system. The next thing I was interested in was being with my twin flame. That brought me into energy work and into past life healing. When I first started past life healing, it was still to heal as much as I could to bring my twin flame and myself together. And also, once I discovered how to do it, was to help others bring them and their twin flame together. That's why I started it. Seeing the past life, returning soul fragments from it, always looking at how the person died, because that's the most traumatic point. I didn't know I was a spiritual surgeon. I didn't know I was an organic hacker. I didn't know any of that shit. Discover everything that I discover during past life sessions with others or doing past life stuff for myself. Kind of like how Dolores Cannon learned a lot of stuff from her clients going into hypnosis. As I walk these people through, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, as I walk these people through energetically through their past lives, I feel what happens to them in my body. So I get a lot of like feeling and perspectives and intuition and puzzle pieces and putting it all together. But I had a lot of programming still from being raised in a Christian background. All of that crumbled down over the years. And the way I've thought about everything my whole life, from growing up in an American school and what I was taught, all of that started to crumble as well. Again, everything just kind of happened organically. Until I looked at the life connected to why I hated the word witch. Life in Salem. I was like, I didn't have a life in Salem. I did. I was the reason why so many people died. It depressed me. Once that was healed, that's a long story, I have lots of stuff on it. Once that was healed, and I saw that history had been changed, that's when everything went fucking crazy. First, I had to go through a period of being fucking terrified that we changed history, like terrified. Realizing that healing this stuff is what causes Mandela effects. Feeling my healing from this past life work actually took care of the first thing that I was after, which was being a better mom. And it was bringing me and my twin flame closer together. Plus, I was helping others with the same kind of thing. It happened organically. When I was a part of a situation that ripped the space-time continuum, that fucked me up. There's been a couple things that have fucked me up over the years. And doing that put a 2-year ticking time clock on me to get done as much as fucking possible. The 2-year thing is pointless. There is no time limit. There's no finish line. It was just what my soul needed at that moment to push me to do what I did this past year. I was on a mad rush search, asking for everybody who had died in Salem to find me, asking the universe. Anybody who was a part of World War II, bring them to me so I can heal as much of that as possible. Anything from any native culture or anywhere that slavery was involved, bring them all to me. I want to heal as much trauma as possible from the victims and the ones that caused the problem. And seeing the impact of healing past lives and rippling that healing into our current existence was amazing. And I was very, very focused on doing it. But all of a sudden something clicked and I went, but what about today? It felt like I was... It felt like I was cleaning up the road from litter as a garbage truck drove by and things flew out of it. Like, it was just, I knew it was impactful, but it wasn't helping today's issues. So I started asking the universe, how can I help today and future events? Future is not written, but if we can prevent all the different future outcomes that are negative, it helps. Or traumatic, rather. So that's how I got into healing current events, was There were certain like spiritual surgical procedures that I would implement in my sessions if I felt like they were needed, but nothing compared to what we're able to do now. In July, end of June, beginning of July of last year, I realized we could heal on a mass level if we put the intention in, did the action, and then had people access a blanket statement. That was a game changer. A fucking game changer. Started asking for any disease that anybody had to come to me so that I could heal it, and some of my friends could heal it as well, because we weren't going to charge, because we feel like that's unethical to charge for healing a human body. People were really mad when we first started doing this because we had blanket statements out there like cure blindness and things like this. We quickly found out you can't just ask for something to happen like that. Something like curing blindness, you'd have to actually go into the person's, like there's nerve damage, there might be cone receptor damage, there's all sorts of stuff. You can't just ask for it to be healed. Like you have to do the work. Like with the nerve damage and bone repair, that's very specific. You're actually like healing the damage of the nerve and repairing the bone, so that can be implemented over and over and over again. Or removing the fear cord. It's a very simple step that everybody has. If they have the fear cord, same step works for everybody, so that kind of thing works. Or my daughter's healing that removes the fear bugs. That healing works for everybody. It was a trial and error time, and we were doing as much as possible. And some people were really upset about it and said it was dangerous. And we were like, if it's free and it's helping and we're not telling people not to go to the doctor, then we're going to fucking try it. Anytime you go astral traveling or any of that, you were on a watch list. Everybody's on a watch list of some sort, whatever. But because I was helping people remove their fear cord, I was giving free healing, which definitely goes against Big Pharma. Fucking absolutely. And then doing past life work and all these events were changing, I was under surveillance. A lot of people, not just myself, are under surveillance for this kind of thing. But being under surveillance the way that I am, I have been able to figure out certain things, like all the Moldavite stuff. That's a touchy subject. Like by how many different places it showed up through all the work that we had done all over the world and timelines, or the clones out there, all the different ways they can energetically attack you. Don't go looking for things to heal. It gets brought to me. We're all a piece of the puzzle. I say that all the time, but I'm not a channeler, and I don't like, there's always something to heal. There's always something to heal. So when something gets drawn to my attention, I'll know if it's for me or not. There will be a feeling. I can energetically go to that place. If I'm doing puzzle work or a past life session with somebody or whatever, there will be songs, there'll be movie quotes, there'll be imagery, feelings in my body. I know when something is for me to help with. And there are tons of people that are like, Kat, you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do this. No, I'm not. I'm not supposed to, or else it would match my energy and I would be able to feel like I belong there. Doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm just not supposed to be doing it. So my personal goal is 100% trauma cleanup throughout time and space, even universal. It's a big goal, but if I shoot that high, if I don't accomplish all of it, I'm going a lot fucking further than just, I don't know, recycling. Like, do your part for planet Earth, plant a tree and recycle. Like, I'm doing as much as I fucking can. But like all the healings that I have out there and all the phrases and stuff, that's based off of my own personal experience, and I know it works. So I give it to you guys because my goal is 100% trauma cleanup. So what good is it going to do if I keep this secret? Like, I'm not trying to get rich or famous. I'm trying to help everybody remember that they can do this too. A ripple effect. I want all of us to remember. People get completely annoyed by me. Some people get completely inspired by me. But I have said this 100 times before. I'm a little white girl from Florida. I was not born into a spiritual family. I have regular trauma. I went to church. I had a stepfather who was a dick. My dad's in prison. I had an ex-addict as a husband. I have 2 baby daddies. I'm not with my I'm kind of with my twin flame, but not like in union together. I've got my own issues that I've dealt with. And in that aspect, I'm nobody special. But also in that aspect, I'm pretty fucking special. I put my actions where my words are. I'm actually to the point now where there's so much proof of what I'm talking about being real that I can say whatever the fuck I want to now. Because my work speaks for itself. Doing as much work as I have done for my personal soul to clean up my trauma has opened up more spiritual gifts than I can even tell you about. I had no clue either that it went up to the 24th dimension or down to the negative 24th dimension. No fucking clue. How would I know that? I know it now because I've experienced it over and over again. The shape of the earth, I understand it. I've seen it. When I tell people just ask to see it, ask to go there, ask to see what your soul played a part in. That's what I do. That's what I do. And now I've healed so much of myself in all my past lives that a lot of my past lives have opened up my gifts now too. So now I can do what I do in this life in past timelines, not just when I'm directed towards it, but all the time. I'm awake in all of my past lives, getting as many gifts as I have throughout time and space in all different versions of me, and now being fully awakened in all these different timelines means that I am more well-known figures in history. They weren't well-known before. But since they're awoken to their spiritual gifts, they can do amazing things before history is written, which means that now they are famous people in history, but it's just because I've opened up my spiritual gifts. Because if you rewrite history before it's written, the history books now will show it the old way. That's how I'm all these like crazy, famous, interesting people. Everybody's a nobody until they remember that they're somebody and show it. And if every past life version of me can do what I do now, it's going to show up in the fucking history books. It didn't before. I hope that makes sense. That's me. That's my journey. I've talked about my journey in many different facets, many different ways. But this is like, as everybody thinks about like meditating to raise the consciousness, it's a very just right now, lifting a blanket for a few minutes kind of energy to me. Remembering who you are, going back and healing your trauma, awakening who you are in like past timelines, makes it to where our now moment is already elevated to a higher vibration because we're changing it to where we never went down to a lower vibration. And I'm not trying to change the world. I'm trying to it's like Jenga in reverse. I'm just trying to put things back to the way it's supposed to fucking be. And then I'm sharing my journey along the way of what I've discovered and trying to teach you guys, or help you remember rather, how to do that shit yourself. So I document things so you can see it happen, so you know it's possible for you to do it. You. Told you about your past life. The very first thing I need you to do is feel it out. Do the issues that happened, that they said happened to you in a past life, do they match what's currently happening in your current existence? Like, is it the same issues? Can you see how it's reflected in this one? Can you see how the soul remembered the trauma and it's carried? One of my most popular Linktree tabs is now available on YouTube. It's my steps on how to heal your inner child, past lives, and also get into your Akashic library. You can get to it through my Linktree. Enjoy. Okay, bye.